Blessed family, my name is Rachel Thompson.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to the grandma. In this gentleman's speech, he speaks with authority, you know and I know, once you can pinpoint something that stands out with an individual. You have to dot your I's and cross your T's, because Bahamians who have higher learning will go beyond, once they know they are right. The system have to stop estimating the people who inherit this land. We are the inheritance of this land.
So I'm standing in the midst of some of my neighbors. The government chose on the 13th of this month to come in the back end, which we call the Wellfields, a place that we call our home, that many of us, myself included, actually have our domicile, resides in, that are growing up families, that have farmlands, that are doing the necessary things that the so-called elected officials said it was necessary for us to begin to actualize the concept of owning our land. We went through the necessary process of filing the necessary papers, and then we waited for their response. We got the necessary approval. We told them, and they sent an acknowledgement letter acknowledging that we were in the backyard in the well fields. We told them that we were on either an acre or several acres. We told them where it was situated, so we wasn't hiding nothing. We wasn't ducking or dodging, and this is not a shanty town situation. These are normal Bahamians with families growing up in the well fields, right? So we went through all the necessary process that the government has set out. Recently, on the 13th, the government has began to more or less, and excuse me, I beg the listeners' apology. The Davis administration is not the government. The Davis administration is just that. They are the elected officials. The people is the government. The people is the ones who actually put that administration in office to represent their interests. But however, on the 13th, they began to expound basically on the boundaries through which the people have elected them to do. And so they began to come in the back here in the areas where most of my neighbors live, and began to serve what they call eviction notice. And on many of these notices, in which we intend to actually produce, so that the listeners would be aware of what's going on with native Bahamians, what we call organic Bahamians in our own country, in our land that we have title and rights to. What they began to do, they began to actually put and coin this word traditionally, coin this word as shanty town. Shanty town should not and cannot be related to any place where organic Bahamians live. You can see this beautiful home in which we're shooting this video. You can see no shanty town here. These are people who did the necessary things, went through the necessary steps to build their home that is up to code. So no shanty town exists in this area. What we want to do from here on in, we want to begin to tell our story, so that not only the Bahamian people, but that we will have international involvement in what is happening in our country. This is our land. And so from here, we want some of the natives begin to actually speak on the account that they went through. Thank you.
Time and strategy with planning, with higher learning, is a recipe. When it's cooked properly, every right-minded citizen want to eat. Remember this, when you open up Pandora box, history have a funny way of repeating itself.